lot going on with Muln Automotive stock right now, but something was different about today. Something is telling me that Muln is starting to change course of direction after today's trading day. If you account for the amount of volume on the day today, it got almost to 400 million volume, which is equivalent to 10 billion volume pre-split. At the time of this recording, Muln is pushing up to 28 cents, and this is the 30-minute chart. Looking at the hour chart, you can see that the TTM squeeze just turned green, the MACD is green, and the RSI is pushing up. On the 2 hour, the TTM squeeze is curled up, about to go green. MACD is green, RSI is up. Take a look at the 4 hour. We're going to go screen by screen. The 4 hour is also curling up the same way. Then at the daily, pay attention to the daily. Remember we talked about this RSI here. Let me get rid of these real quick. Get rid of the MACD, get rid of TTM squeeze so you can see it well. We talked about this trend line that I drew up on the RSI. Muln had different touch points coming all the way back here. There's a bounce here, coming here, there's a bounce here, big bounce here, another bounce, and another bounce here. And my previous video, I actually told you guys that Muln did break below this trend line, which it also did way back here when Muln originally had a run from 52 cents to $4. As you can see back here in March 22 is where Muln broke the RSI, just like it is doing now. But then it was so oversold that Muln got some news from the CEO in the company and the stock pushed up. I believe that was when Muln released news about his battery technology, and that's when Muln went soaring. So here, present day, it's below that trend line, and we did get a bounce. Now, is it just a pop before it pushes back down? There's no telling right now. We'll have to see. But it could also be the starting point of Muln's reversal after this mudslide of a downtrend that Muln's been in. But what's interesting about this long drawn out downtrend is that it's continuing from Muln's reverse stock split from May 4th, which was not too long ago. And the longs that are in Muln still are down up to 90% in their investment. So people are pretty much starting from scratch if they're still here, which makes me think that there could be a possibility that the price was drastically pushed down this long, decimating retail investors' accounts just so they can exit the stock price at major losses. Record volume as of late, as you can see, and the indicators are all pointing signs of a reversal in due time. As far as the letter to shareholders that came out today, David Mishra needs to do a lot more of this. He needs to do a lot more of addressing the valuation disconnect on the stock price versus assets. Seems like it brought on a lot of enthusiasm. Like I said, record day of trading volume, and the stock price pushed up. There may also be some covering going on. Muln did double tap at that 20-cent area before it made those big moves to the upside. Hopefully Muln can hold these gains and trend higher. Just as I showed you guys, the indicators on the chart, they want to curl up, and they are trying to. A lot of people want David Mishra out of the CEO position, and I can agree with that. But me personally, I want to see what is going to happen next month with production moving forward. I don't think anybody wants to stick around for another reverse stock split. Neither do I personally. And if it comes to Muln needing to do another reverse stock split even after production start and everything is already in operation, I'm not hanging around for that. It would definitely finish off any longs that are left in the play. But I do think from now up until September is a window for Muln to see some upside, especially the way the technical is looking, and especially with the enthusiasm and buying pressure from the update to shareholders from today. There's still obviously more negatives out there now that the media and bashers out there can use to assist in sending selling pressure on Mullen Automotive stock, and one is the Russell 2000 index. Mullen is removed from Russell 2000 index because it wasn't trading at $1 on the rank day, which was April 28th. And with that being said, June 26th will be the day that the Russell 2000 indexes, the new constituents, will be trading. June 5th was the lockdown period, and all updates to the index reconstitution are considered to be final. After that, all reconstitutions will be final on June 23rd. Mullen's removal from Russell 2000 would mean that the index and any variances of the index would have to sell out of their position of Mullen stock. Russell 2000 ETF owns 881,000 shares. 2000 Growth ETF owns 308,000 shares, and Microcap ETF owns 88,000 shares. Also, the lawsuits that are coming out of the woodwork against David Mystery and the company, which is pretty much warranted by all the activity that's been going down lately, just be aware that that will be used as a negative for the company overall and for shareholders out there in the media, and could be another reason to create selling pressure by shorts. To end this video off, I just want to say that I think that retail investors does still have a heavy presence in the stock, and I think that is another reason why the media and the bashers out there are still attacking the company, the CEO, the shareholders. You know, just putting the sentiment out there is to be negative and trying to make it stay negative, because I think they are afraid of the power that retail investors have. They never know what piece of news will bring an inflow of FOMO and buying pressure from the retail investor communities. These are all my thoughts and opinions, of course, not financial advice. I still have my shares and have been adding what I can on the way down, because like I told you guys, as far as I see on the technicals, the reversal could be possibly happening. And as well, I wanted to see what is going to happen with production starting and operations beginning. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it is time for Mullen to push up going into production? What are your thoughts on the letter to shareholders today? Or are you just completely done with Mullen? Let me know your thoughts on this information, and I hope you guys have a good evening. I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm gone.
Go, blessed in abundance. Look who raised from the dungeon. Still come through in the clutch.